All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Kol Haloim La Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rachak Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. The Akim and the Akwat that's listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Omawan back at you with another lesson. Just want to get into a real quick hit. Quick lesson. Just speaking through the spirit. No, I ain't really got no precepts right now. But what I did was I keep driving on this road right now, and I'm just looking at all the gas prices on all these gas stations as I'm passing by, and they're all at $4, right? And what I did was I asked the chat real quick, Chat GPT, how much would it on average would an American pay if it got 200 a barrel, 300 a barrel? All right. And it was pretty much on point, because when I first asked it how much if it was $100 a barrel. All right. So now a barrel of crude oil, all right, brings in 42 gallons. Okay. But now they have to take that crude oil and they have to refine it. Okay. So after they refine it, I guess, make it, not water it down, but, make it, to the point where you can actually use it. Okay. And it runs and it's used smoothly. Okay. It basically makes around 20 to 22 gallons, it was saying. All right. So on average, a person is going to pay, I forgot the numbers that were given, but it came down to exactly around anywhere from 360 to like to like 410 around there, was saying $4. And that's exactly where it's at right now. Okay. It's at $4 because we are paying $100 a barrel right now. All right. If not 100, around 85, 90, but I believe it's at $100 a barrel that we're paying. Right. So I asked it, what happens if it was raised up to $200 a barrel? How much would the average American be paying for gasoline? All right. So now it broke it down, and it basically said that it will go up to, from $4, it will go up to $7, around $7, anywhere from $6.50 to like seven, like almost $8 if it goes up to $200 a barrel. And that could be off a little bit, because remember, the chat sometimes be playing around, right? I don't want to give you the full extent and the full truth, okay, of what it is. All right. And then when I asked it what it will go to on $300 a barrel, it basically said $10 plus. So you got to prepare. All right. And they're already talking about that it might reach $200 a barrel. When is that going to happen? Who knows? All right. But we know that eventually is going to get there, especially as I said that through the spirit the other day in like 2 different videos. All right. We're getting close to the summer. Okay. So when the springtime comes out, right, summertime comes, right, people tend to come out their houses more because nobody wants to be trapped in their house. They see it's a nice day, all right, so they're going to be driving, all right, and let me see what I just passed. Yeah, see, I just passed a Wawa for $4, okay, so, and diesel's even higher. Diesel's around like, I think like $5.50 right now, all right, almost reaching up $6, because diesel is always going to be more. All right. But like I said, when the summertime and the springtime really hits, where people starting to come outside, people want to go outside and do, certain events. Because remember, America's still retarded. All right. Still discombobulated and don't realize that they're in the middle of war. So you still got Americans that's in that spirit of trying to go out and have a good time, trying to find a way to, make up for the misery that's going on. So these people going to want to step out. And Jake definitely is half dead and sleep. So they're still going to be hitting the clubs. They still going to be partying. All right. And these Akis out here, all right, these turban niggas out here, they be seeing that. So they jack up the prices even higher. Okay. On top of that, with the middle of this war, okay, with what's going out there in the Strait of Hormuz, all right, like I said, it's going to cause America to pretty much to collapse. All right. So if it ever reaches toward $300 a barrel, okay, because of this war, you're going to see us paying about literally like over $10 of gas per gallon. Easy. You see, you're going to be paying anywhere from $10 to $15 of gas. And that's insane. You know, people are not going to be able to get to, people going to be going to work. I mean, people just going to be paying gas just to get to work. That ain't even for the running to the stores. You know, you're going to see people running on fucking empty, basically. People going to be driving on quarter tanks. You know how it is when it's rough and you ain't got enough bread to put in your damn car. You can't fill it up. All right. Filling it up today, when I filled up the car, it cost about, I think it was about 50 something dollars. All right. So you talking about if this shit gets yanked up to about, let's just say 200, the barrel, right? You're going to be paying anywhere from $6 to $8 per gallon. That's going to be easy $150. $150 just to fill up your tank. Who the hell in their right mind going to want to go anywhere? You see, that's how they keep your ass inside the house. All right, that's the perfect time for Esau to come and attack, you know, set these laws, lockdowns, okay? You know, they still in the mix of Jacob's trouble. They still got immigration people still running up in people's houses. That shit hasn't gone away. With all the shit that's going on with the war, all right, you can't let these things pass by your eyes, man. All right, these things are still in full effect. Okay, it's going to be making it easier for people to get ran down on. Why? Because not as many people are going out. So you're just an automatic target driving around, you know, for police. Police and them don't got to pay no gas. They get free gas from their municipal buildings and shit, or their public works, I believe it is. Salakia, not the municipal building, but their public works. You know, they supply gas for their cars, all of that. You see? So they ain't got to be, you know, they ain't got to be putting no gas in their cars. Okay? So you're just going to become a target in those days, man. This is why this is the time to seek Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and literally, all right, stay on your P's and Q's with the Lord, man. Because the Lord is giving you all the warnings of how this thing is going to shut down, how everything is about to shut down and nobody going to be able to move nowhere. Okay? And even then, as the scriptures say, you know, people still going, you know, they're not going to be mindful of the scourges, as the scriptures tell you in the 16th chapter of 2nd Ezra. You know, these people still not going to be mindful of the scourges. They're still going to be trying to do all types of stupid shit, wickedness, you know, still trying to find a way to find mirth. All right. When everything is pretty much done for and shut down here, you see. And that's Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai giving you the signs over and over and over again of what's to pass, what's to come. All right. So pretty much, like I said, it was something short, nothing long, just something that I kept seeing down the road with these gas prices. And I had to ask the chat, how much would it on average would a person pay? You know, if it went up to 200 a barrel, 300 a barrel, and that shit was giving me some crazy ass prices, man. And that might be off. That might not even be accurate. You know, it might be worse than that. Okay. If at 200 a barrel shit, we might be paying $10 at it. It's all up to the gas station. You know, the gas station could pretty much put whatever price they want, because I've seen places where on average right now it's $4 on average. But if you go to certain places where they ain't really got too much customers coming down, they'll put the highways and the parkways, you know, main routes that people have to take, truck drivers have to take, they'll jack that up. You might be paying $4.50, $4.80, you know. So a gas station could pretty much set it at whatever the hell they want. It's their gas station, you know. And people gonna have to pay it regardless, because people not gonna be riding around to go look for the cheapest gas. They just gonna put gas wherever they see it, you know. So that's the times that we heading into, man. Tough times with gas alone, with oil. All right, not that, let alone everything else that uses oil. Okay, That's why everything else is going to go up in price also. But we're just talking specifically about just gas right now, because I was driving. So, man, just be on the lookout for that. Save y'all money. All right. Hey, try not to go nowhere. That shit, that gas right now is valuable. That gas is precious that you got in your car. That it's precious like the word of YAHAWAH'S. You see? You got to keep it. You got to keep the little bit that you got, all right, and use it for emergencies, man. Use it for when you really got to step out, all right, instead of trying to just step out for the hell of it. I know it gets nicer sometimes because I'm like that. I can't sit around the house too long. I like to just drive around, possibly, just listen to music. Shit, I ain't gonna be able to do that. My ass gonna have to put some AirPods on and go ride a bike. It's gonna be like 2020 when the shit was just locked down. You seen a lot of people buying those bikes that they're electric bikes. You got to give it 2 pumps and that shit goes. That's gonna become popular again. You see a lot of Issachar around here with that. They riding around, which is smart because that shit goes about 25 miles per hour. It'll get you where you need to go. But yeah, if you want to ride around, you're gonna have to find a way to do it like that instead of, wasting gas, man, because times is getting rough, times is getting it's getting tight. The squeeze is getting tight, So just wanted to share that through the spirit, So Lord willing, you were edified. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad. The Akim and the Aquat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom. Keep fighting the good fight of faith and doing as good soldiers of Yahweh Shai. Shalom.